Never, never, never die. Never die. Never die. Never die. It is 6:01 p.m. Friday. You might be wondering why it's late. Well, I got a special guest. I waited these time zones. But before I get into today's podcast, I want to thank Blackstone Labs for sponsoring this podcast. You can get 20% off your entire order at blackstonelabs.com. That is 20% off your entire order, blackstonelabs.com. Look, you're trying to get jacked, you're trying to get ripped, you're trying to put on muscle. Look, proteins, branched chain amino acids, pre-workouts, thermogenics, whatever you need to achieve what you want in the gym, Blackstone Labs can help you. And you get 20% off your entire order at blackstonelabs.com. That is 20% off your entire order, blackstonelabs.com. Promo code B to the fourth power at checkout. CH Concrete, serving the San Francisco Bay Area. That is CH Concrete, serving the San Francisco Bay Area. No job too big, no job too small. Residential, commercial, does not matter. CH Concrete can help you. And if you mention the Angry Dad, they'll take care of you. That is CH Concrete, serving the San Francisco Bay Area. SleepTerraClothing.com. SleepTerraClothing.com is an occult brand. Look, if you're watching this video, I have a luscious beard. All right, my shit is sick. It is I straightened it. I did all kinds of shit to it. But you know what I also did do it? I fucking put Leviathan Cross. Leviathan Cross is a beard oil that I use. It maintains, keeps together. I don't itch. I don't scratch. And you know what? It smells fucking great. That is SleepTerraClothing.com. Leviathan Cross. Go check it the fuck out. Everything in the motherfucking notes. Now, I have the hashtag no offense, the real Wutzke, the man himself, the leader, this guy has just everything he does turns to gold in my fucking eyes, and that is the real Wutzke. Chris, tell the people.
What's up, brother, man? I'm glad you asked me to come on. I gotta admit, man, it's been a while since you came on our show. It's been since last October. And I've been getting a little bit of a complex. I was like, what did he not have a good time? Why haven't I been invited over to his house to play? Come on, man. What's up? You hit me out of the blue. I was sitting at a red light and I got a text yesterday. And then when I get a text, my phone's on Apple Play, it pops it up on my display and it said Ben Bowman. I was like, oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's lining up people, especially East Coast, West Coast time. Sometimes it's difficult. But the thing is in the back of my head, I was like, I need to call him up and tell him, hey, I need you on my show. We need to break this down because, man, we are two guys on the same level. And I'm saying you touch the topics I like, you do the things that I like. And it's just like, we're just so far apart. That's just one of those things. But you know what, though? I was like, I need to do this. I've had so many things going on and so many changes in my life, just like everybody else. But it's just let's blow up the internet right now. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
that's what I was saying.
Yeah, man, I'm psyched. I always love talking to you, man. You're an honorary creature. Like we're on that woo woo shit. We're on like powerful podcasting. I mean, like I love it, dude. Let's get into it.
Oh yeah. Well, hey. First of all, on Facebook, I always tag you in Florida shit. Every time I see something, I'm like, let me just shoot this way because I'm pretty sure you've already seen the majority of the stuff that I sent you. But every time I see some crazy ass shit, I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Let me just slide that through the DMs there.
Yeah, man. I love it. I love it when people reach out and send stuff like that, because even if I have seen it, it shows me that people love it. They're digging it, they're paying attention, and they love our brand of crazy down here.
Let me tell you now, Florida crazy. It's just because out here we got crackhead crazy, and
we got that too.
yeah. But the thing is, it's just it's not on the level as your crackhead level. You know what I'm saying? Because when you read the Florida headlines, it's like, what the fuck? Know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Well, hey, and what's that say about me, man? I'm originally from Chicago. When we moved here in 2004, and we've been back and forth from Chicago 3 times. And what's that say about my brand of crazy? That my life only works here. Every time we go back, I'm like, man, there's something missing, nothing that's not lining up right. Like I got to get back. And then as soon as we cross back in, I'm like, oh, finally.
That's it. It's that vortex of the Bermuda Triangle pointing right at your house. Like, nope, you need to be here to hone the powers of the universe to draw this in. Because that's how it feels to me when you say that.
Yes, dude. There's something about the vibrations down here, man. There's something about the longitudes and the latitudes that line up with my crazy. And I mean, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it, man. Like this is just where my life works.
Me too right now. And for most people that listen to this podcast, I always talk about the untrained eye. I always mention the untrained eye. And that's how I got to know you. This is the breakdown of the Kevin Bacon here. I got turned on to Married AF with Uncle Randy, and the only reason I turned on to I follow Cameron Haynes. He does archery. He's on Joe Rogan all the time.
Sure.
And he posted one of Uncle Randy's videos. I'm like, who the fuck is this? So I checked the fuck out. I'm like, all right, this is the kind of motherfucker that I like. This is the kind of person that would be my brother. This is the kind of person that I'd be drinking beers, chilling in the garage, doing just crazy ass meanie shit. And then he asked me to do a judging on one of his shows. I did the judging. I saw a DJ and he was just fucking killing it. So I was like, let me check out the Untrained Eye. And then I started learning about the inner circle. And then once I started learning about the inner circle, I listened to #NoOffense. I was like, oh my fucking God, this shit is fucking fire. And so, you know what I'm saying? Once I reached out to DJ and I started talking with DJ and, he's just mentioning all these people to me. And I'm like, dude, this fucking, the #NoOffense, it's got me fucking hooked already. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'll be in the garage working on my weekends. You guys usually post on Sunday. So when you post on that Sunday, I'm usually doing shit in my garage. It pops on. I'm like, it's time to get shit done. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
I love that. That's the whole walk down of how I was introduced to you. You know what I'm saying?
See, and I got a similar story because DJ recommended me to listen to you, and he said that you got shorter episodes and you can save them up to like Friday and then power through them all. And the first time I did that, I took him up on it. It was like, I don't know what I was going through at that time, but like every single one, the theme seemed to be like speaking directly at me. Like I thought you were yelling at me like a boot camp sergeant in my truck. And I'm like, shit, man, like he's right. He's fucking right, man. And then, one thing leads to another. And I mean, like, it's a very small world, in our podcasting circles in that, like, even if we don't communicate directly, we know everybody knows everybody. So, I mean, it's only a matter of time before, we ended up crossing paths, and I'm glad we did, because you, like I said, you got to come on our show last year, called into Creatures a couple of times, man. I mean, we're on that same shit, dude. And that's what it's all about, finding your tribe. Fucking DJ, man. DJ's one of my, he's become through the course of podcasting and over the internet, lives 15 minutes from my house. Never would have known the guy if it wasn't for the internet and podcasting. He's become one of my best friends, man. Like they call him my work wife because I talk to him on the phone all day.
It is, like I said, I talk with DJ quite a bit. I've been on his show a few times, but I'm on TikTok, and I don't know if you're on TikTok, but I'd be fucking just blowing them up all fucking day. Be like, look, let me tell you now. The algorithm for TikTok is fucking fire.
Did he text you? Because he said, hey, ask Ben about TikTok, and then we're gonna make you a feed. And I'm like, no, hard pass.
Let me tell you right now. TikTok has niches, and once it figures you out, it fucking shows you nothing but fire all day long. I'm gonna give you I watch construction TikTok. I watch tool break. Yeah. It'll be people doing construction shit, and it'll be like mania shit too. Like y'all see construction. DJ sent me a video of it was a tow truck, a big rig flipped over. They're using 2 tow trucks to flip it back, or chain snaps. It flips over. You're like, fuck. That's what I'm saying. That's the kind of stuff that you get to see off. You see like this fucking weird, and then also too, like you get on the crackhead TikTok, and then all of a sudden you see like, what the fuck did that? Why did that just happen? You know what I'm saying? That wow factor really sucks you in. TikTok was a young man's game, a young child's game, but the thing is, it's bloomed into the new news, the new social media, everything else is quiet now. I'm big on Instagram. I'm big on Facebook. I'm always constantly watching, but the thing is it's constantly new on TikTok. And once you get on it, they make jokes about like, oh, I'm going to just look at a couple of TikToks next, it's the end of the fucking day. And it's true because that's how fire it is all day. Like you can just constantly scroll, and it's just always something interesting or different. And then you learn shit too. Like I use a nasal spray, and I sleep with a sleep app, you know what I'm saying? Okay. For a sleep app, fucking, and I use a nasal spray before I go to sleep because it dries me out. I was spraying it up like this. I watched the fucking video. It told me to turn it up and spray it in, because spraying it up wastes it because it's just hitting the top of your nostril, not going into your fucking nasal passages.
Wow.
I would have never fucking known that if I never watched that fucking video. And it's just random ass fucking shit. I post shit all the fucking time. You know what I'm saying? Like I got my dogs.
The screen, the more you know.
Exactly. It's so fucking crazy. It's so fucking crazy. Let me tell you right now, if you're not on it and you're look, I'm 38, about to be 39, and I'm on TikTok, and I fucking love it. It's fucking great. It's a great outlet, a great social media that lets you touch things. I watch shit happen, and I get invested in it because people will tell their stories, and they just won't leave details out. They'll give you the grimiest shit they fucking do, and not give a fuck. All right.
Let me tell you my TikTok deal. Okay. It was like when TikTok first came out, I went to investigate it.
Yeah.
And in the sign up process, pick your username. You know me, everything's Htnos.
Yeah.
That's my branding. At Htnos is all my handles. Go on TikTok, sign up at Htnos. Username's taken. I was like, how is that fucking possible? It was like right in the beginning too, right in the beginning. Yeah. Username's taken. So I went to the profile, send that dude a DM, long-winded DM about how I do a podcast and this is my branding and I'd appreciate it. Can I get the handle? Dude never responded, so I never got on TikTok. It was just that simple. I couldn't have my name.
You regardless of you can't get your name, trust me, it is the best investment you can get into. Because I've gotten so many people to join TikTok. Like I got Brad from the Coffee Buzz on TikTok, and he's even posting videos, and he's just like, this shit's fucking good. I'm like, yes, I fucking know. It puts, like I said, and it's so crazy because the algorithm that they use is undeniably the best. China has it fucking pinpoint down to know who you are, what you're doing, and give you the fucking craziest shit to see that you want to see. Because it'll literally, if you watch a video, if you just skip a video, or like watch 5 seconds of it, it'll show you other videos like that everything that catches your eye. The fucking, the conspiracy theorists are fucking correct. You know what I'm saying?
Just gonna say, is it China or is it the machines?
Let me tell you right now. Hey, it's the Chinese machines. All right. Because they have AI. Right. You put them together. They have AI so fucking down for that. It's mind blowing because, like I said, I've been on so many social media. I'm on every social media, period. You go to B to the fourth power, it does not fucking matter. I'm on that social media. Just like you said, Htnos all the way across the board. Same fucking thing for me. But the thing is I spend time on these things to learn algorithms, learn these traits, learn these tricks so I can boost myself. I'm always constantly trying to figure that out. But the thing is TikTok, they figured out how to boost them fucking selves. And fucking
I was gonna ask because like you don't ever hear, like you hear about people getting Zuckerberged or shadow banned on IG or Twitter or whatever, and like your stuff's not getting seen. And part of me thinks that might be the case, and part of me thinks that people just might not care about my shit. But I mean, potato, whatever. You never hear about that with TikTok. It's you get seen.
Oh yeah. See, well, the thing is with TikTok, they do have shadow banning, but the thing is. For those people that have like very high profiles and that they're verified and all this stuff, they do get shadow banned. But the thing is a lot of times they duet these videos or other people duet them because you can easily like say, just like how we're on our screen right now, we're side by side. You can side by side someone's video just to show their video. You don't even have to you can leave a black screen and just show the video. But that's how this stuff, like regardless of what TikTok wants to shadow ban and stuff like that, there's ways around it, and people will break it down on how to work around it through TikTok. They'll show you how to bring people back that have been banded and how to fucking do all these steps and processes to fucking figure out how to get people back. And I've seen it done, and it's fucking so fucking crazy. Like, just the way that this thing works. And, and I'm barely scratching the surface on just, doing this myself. Like I said, I kind of just do it just for fun because I like to watch the videos, but being shadow banned and all that stuff, it's a real fucking thing because as soon as you start using the wrong hashtags, the wrong words, you easily get put on that back burner.
Oh yeah, well, especially dude, like I think that hit creatures real hard because I mean we use the V word, we use a lot. I mean, like especially the last year or so. I mean, there's a lot of buzzwords that you're not supposed to say. And then
there's a lot of buzzwords, and it's a real deal thing. Like now check this out. The way I post on Instagram, it will no longer let me post. It tries to boot me out as a bot. So like now check this out. This is just me figuring out workarounds. I'll post I'll usually post about 20 pictures a day. That's my minimum. I always say that. I blow people's feeds up. And so I would post them and then put my text. And then so I think it was like 2 weeks ago, all of a sudden it wouldn't let me add text. If I add text, it'd instantly be like, oh, you can't post this because it's against community guidelines. I'm like, I post this shit all the fucking time. This shouldn't work, or this shouldn't be. So I sent them a thing, but then I was like, let me post a picture. And then I'd post my 20 pictures, go back and then edit them, add my text, and then it would post and be fine. And I'd get all my regular people and regular things. And so I had to figure this workaround. So right now that's all I do is I just post and then I go back and re-edit them. And it's like, fuck you, Instagram. I figured the fuck out. Now try to stop me now. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you're like an influencer. Don't you like have meetings within Instagram and whatnot?
And I had to explain to him like, normally I post all my videos through IGTV, but I have to do it now through my computer because I can no longer do it through my phone. Because if I do it through my phone, it's too much. Like I've posted so much to Instagram that it's like they put a data drain or a data plug where I can't, like I'm taking up too much fucking space in the internet of how much I posted, because like it'll stop me from doing things. So like I said, I had to find all these workarounds. And I've talked to Instagram. I've had meetings with them. I'm like, hey, look, you want to know what my issue is or what my problem is, or you want to know what you can do better? And then I listed all this stuff out. And the guy at the meeting was like, ain't no one ever say this to me. No, everyone's like, oh yeah, give me plain answers. And the guy's like, you really fucking using this shit? I'm like, yeah, I am. Look, if I post like this, if I use these hashtags, yeah. And I'm saying, what's even crazier is I just finally got a thing from Facebook where they're now putting me in a program where I can start generating revenue from ads. And I don't know how, I'm saying? I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck they want me to do. So I had these phone call meetings. They're like, all right, if you post these ads, you do these things, then you can start receiving, monetization. And I'm like, well, whatever the fuck it is you need me to do, I'll fucking do it. I'm not fucking tripping. Just let me know what I need to fucking do. You know what I'm saying? So
that's awesome, because I've tried to give Facebook money to promote me and they will never approve my ads. There's always something wrong with the verbiage or with the picture or something. And I'm like, all the ass that I see on Facebook, all the, like risque shit. And I mean, Facebook's not that risque.
Yeah, not at all. It's like it's the mild, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. And I still see stuff. I'm like, the one that got me, it was a picture of me and my wife. She had her arm around me. She was kissing me on the cheek. Yeah. It was cover for an episode, and they rejected it because the title of the episode was butt stuff.
Yeah.
And it wasn't what you think. It was because my youngest son shoved something up his butt and we had to take him to the emergency room. But I mean, hey, play on words or terms or whatever gets people interested. And they're like, nope, can't do it. Facebook's a wholesome place.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
You my money and you won't take it. Come on.
Exactly. No, and that's the thing is like I had to qualify for that. I didn't even do anything. I just kind of like, well, you know what? I'm not worried about promoting through ads. I'm more worried about just posting. And so, like I said, through because Instagram and Facebook are the same. They're owned by the same company. Facebook owns Instagram. So once I started getting the following that I have, and it started influencing Facebook, you know what I'm saying? And I've been doing this for fucking 4 years, and I just got the approval for ads. You know what I'm saying? And so it just lets you know. But the thing is, like, even with the ad guy, it's like, look, did you listen to my podcast? And he's like, yes, I did listen to your material. Now, understand that's what I post. Mm-hmm. And he's all, we're perfectly fine with you post because you're not posting on our platform. You're posting on other people's platform. And I told him, well, and I sent him a link to my my intro. And I was like, this is my intro. This is what I want my ad to be. And he's the last part. I'm like, I know. So I'm going to kind of edit it a little bit because, it says fuck, you know what I'm saying? Right at the end of my fucking intro. And so, you know what I'm saying? Because I got a nice little intro that Neil from, he does it's a graphic designer guy. I'll put his fucking links in the notes. He makes all kinds of great, digital things. So he made the video for me. And I was like, that'd be a perfect fucking ad. But, they're like, I'm like, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Understand that this is what I do. Understand what I post. I'm a social media influencer, but I'm also a meme page. If it makes me laugh, it goes up. That's just how it fucking works. I don't give a fuck what the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? And some of it's flagged, some of it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? But if I know it'll get flagged, I'll never deny it. I'm like, accept it, just delete the post.
It's so tiresome. Like in terms of like what we do with podcasting and everything, that's such the thing that nobody really realizes is the grind. It's the grind, man.
Yeah.
And I hate the grind. I really do. They're like, oh, you gotta, I mean, you know, post at this time of day and post X amount per day. And that's how you do. I'm like, who has time for that? I don't have time for that.
Let me tell you right now,
I can't do
it. And that's the thing too, is like, I so want like, you know, I had a different aspect in life where I was promoting, where I was doing bodybuilding. I got hurt, so that's on a back burner. I can, you know, I'll never be as big as I'd like to be to actually be on stage, but I can still keep good shape. But the thing is podcasting gave me another outlet to do this, and so the grind that I put there is the grind that I put here now. And and I like I said, I love it. I love to post. I love to get the interactions, but you know, I just had a little bit of a milestone. I don't know if you've seen my last episode, or not my last episode. I did an episode with John Anderson, and he's a strong international strongman champion, New Japan Wrestling. You know what I'm saying, lucha libre bodybuilder. This guy's somebody, you know, I met him a long time ago. Super cool dude, fucking traps to his fucking ears, bro. This motherfucker's huge. And he reached out to me and he wanted to be on my show. I'm like, fuck, all right, cool, bro. And he, you know, kind of asked him, he was just like, I just like your energy. So, and then he's like, look, I'm going to do a few shows with you. We'll do, and I just like your motivation. And I'm like, I'm down to do motivation with you. So I'm like, all right. So fucking like, I'm literally having this professional want to just do a fucking 7-minute fucking rip on motivation with me. When I'm going to do my part, he'll do his part. And I'm just like, how in the fuck did that happen? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy sometimes with that. You never know. You just never know.
No, you never know. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if this becomes something great, if it doesn't, I'm never worried about it. This is just fun as fuck for me. And that's what I love about our group, or the community that we have, is like everyone just has a fucking blast. And that's what I enjoy about our shows, is just like you can hear the joy in the voices. And that's what fucking just kicks me the fuck off. I'm like, that's why I do what I fucking do. And that's why I listen to the shows I listen to, because, you know, if you can laugh at your own joke while you're telling a joke, you're my fucking friend.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, and that's something like with our situation that we thought from the start, is that like I never wanted to get like super political or talk about like any of that type of stuff, because I'm like, you can get that anywhere. Everyone's doing that. Let's just have fun. If you want to get stupid for a while, you know, like, hey, let's turn me on for an hour, crack a beer. Maybe you can laugh at me. Maybe you can laugh with me. I mean, maybe you saw the show we're talking about. It's so low maintenance. Like you really just, I mean, because sometimes you just got to turn your brain off for a while, you know, especially the last year or so, man. Like, fuck, dude, you really want to hear more about the thing that everyone's talking about? Like, come on, man.
Exactly.
Let's talk about crackheads. Let's talk about alligators. Let's, you know, hey, we'll talk about some stupid show my wife watched on TV and I can shake my head at her, you know, like it's not for everybody. It's not, because some people are like, oh my God, you're 40 years old and you're talking about, you know, dumb kid shit. And I'm like, I like dumb kid shit. I like superheroes. I like fucking drinking beer. That's what I do, man.
And that's the truth. Let me tell you right now, I grew up reading comic books and collecting comic cards, and I digested so much shit that like when all this stuff started popping off on Marvel, I'm like, I know every fucking backstory.
and I was that guy here too. Like my uncle called me for the last decade going, okay, I just watched this movie. Who the fuck is this guy? I stayed past the credits. I saw this. What does this mean? And now we finally have gotten to a point where I'm like, dude, this is like past where I tapped out. I don't really know. I'm seeing this stuff kind of for the first time now too, because all the new trailers dropped and he was like, what's this mean? I've been super excited for the Eternals. I don't know anything about it, but I like all the cosmic shit. Guardians of the Galaxy is my favorite MCU. Like I love Thor. I love all the like the cosmic shit, because I mean like fucking, I mean, you know, dude, I'm interdimensional King Vortex. So I'm pumped for that just because I know what it is. And he's like, well, what's it about? I don't fucking know. Motherfuckers in space, dude. Like, what do you want? Fucking Space Avengers, what?
And that's one of the things I love about Marvel, is it fucking everything ties together in small fucking ways, and it just blows my fucking mind. Like I'm a Wolverine Punisher fan. I always have been.
Okay.
I remember like the first time I picked up a Punisher book, And then when Punisher War Journal started coming out, I couldn't get enough. I was like, and my mom be like, "What the fuck are you reading? Don't worry about it." You know what I mean? I used to drive my bike to the comic store, spend my fucking 50 cents, buy me a couple of comics, and be on my fucking way. Let me tell you right now. And then I don't know if you ever got into comic cards, but man, I had like the first edition collection set, and you know, as things mysteriously disappear when you're a fucking kid into the abyss you'll never fucking get back. Oh man, back in 91, I had the complete 91 top set of baseball cards, man. 91 set, and it fucking vanished. I'm talking about a thick ass fucking binder I spent the time trading and buying and fucking sorting out.
Dude, that was about the same time period where I lived. We had a baseball card shop at the end of pretty much the end of my street, like walking distance. Because 91, I was 10, 11 years old, you know. But I mean, like, they had NBA Jam stand-up machine, they had a bunch of comic books, they had all the cards. Like, that's just where you hung out all day.
Yeah,
and it was the same shit. I had the comic book cards, the Marvel Universe card set, and all that shit, dude. I was a dork then. Fucking some things never change, you know.
Never. It's the same thing. Like, also collected football cards, but I only collected one kind of football cards. I don't know if you remember this, but back in the day, they used to have these ones called action pack cards.
Is that the ones that like Jim Lee and Rob Liefeld drew like comic book like adaptations of football players? I think it was like Upper Deck in like 91 or 92. I was loving that. It was Troy that he drew like Troy Aikman, like with a literal cannon on his arm and shit. Yeah. Like Emmett Smith had like wheels instead of legs. Like, I love that shit. I'm like,
those were the one. Those were fucking badass. But the thing is these action pack cards were the first raised cards. So like, it was be the card, and then it'd be the picture of the picture of the NFL player would be raised, and then the helmet would be raised, the gloves would be raised, and so it'd have all these dimensions to it.
Sure.
And I collected a whole set for the Raiders. Man, I had a Bo Jackson. Once again.
You guys I see you guys making moves, man. Are you going to follow the Raiders to Las Vegas?
Yeah, come on, man. Right off top. You know what I'm saying? Raiders all day. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you got other teams building through the draft. You got other teams building through free agency. Yeah. You got the Raiders building strip clubs in the end zone.
Hey, let me tell you right now, you can't get any more professional than a strip club, bottle service at the end, in the end zone, in the Raiders. Let me tell you right now, that stadium is magnificent. You know, like I said, I've been a Raider fan since I was a wee lad, and I've been to Raider games, A's games. Fuck the Warriors. I am not a Warriors fan. I've clearly stated it many fucking times. I hate the Warriors. I don't give a fuck if they're from the Bay. Fuck the Giants. I hate the fucking Giants. They can go fuck the Niners. I hate them fucking too. They can go fuck themselves. All right, just plain and fucking simple. Raiders, A's. It's it. All right, my basketball team, Charlotte fucking Hornets. Muggsy Bogues, when he made that transfer, they were Space Jams was the fucking catalyst. All right,
dude, and it's in that time period, 91, 92, 93. Who did? Well, you live in warm weather climate, but I was gonna say, who didn't have that starter pullover with the Charlotte Hornets?
Hey, just saying. You know, we had that windbreaker. Come on.
Everybody had that.
Everybody had that windbreaker.
Toronto Raptors, Colorado Rockies, or the Charlotte Hornets.
The
only three ones that you were rocking, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I had a Phoenix Suns because I was a big Charles Barkley fan in the 90s, but I was the only person walking around Chicago in the 90s wearing something in the Bulls. But
yeah.
That was just me. I'm ever the contrarian. Which,
now you got to be. But like you said, it's just, you know, I don't follow basketball as much as I used to. But you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I remember because I used to work actually at the stadium where I'd work for the parking for the A's and the Raiders. Okay. And the reason I worked there is because if I worked the parking, went halfway, like first quarter, 3 innings in, I can go watch the game for free.
Oh, dude, you're kidding.
Yeah, so I'd be inside there watching the fucking game, enjoying myself.
Same thing, dude. But mine was we had an outdoor music theater in Chicago, and I was in high school. I was a huge Pearl Jam fan, and they were coming to Chicago. It was back, you know, obviously back in the 90s, so like nothing was online. You had to go to like the JC Penney's and stand outside and
wait for them. Sam's Goodies.
Sold out immediately. And I'm like, fuck, dude, what am I gonna do? I got a job at the place and worked there all summer till the time came when that show was there. Went to the show, went for my shift to work, took my shirt off, and just went into the thing. Like this was like the payoff, you know, like the slow game for the payoff, man.
That's how you got to do it. That's how you got to do it.
So funny, dude. Like we did the same shit, man.
And I'm gonna tell you a crazy story. Working the Raider games, you see crazy shit all the fucking time.
I can imagine.
Oh yeah, now the portion that I worked at, these guys, this Samoan family would come out. They would literally have they use a K rail. They'd put out this charcoal right on the fucking asphalt, light this charcoal up, let it get hot, and then the grandpa would come out. They'd have a pig on a just stick, and he'd sit there all day and cook it like that, right on his shoulder, right off the K rail. And I'm like, and it was fucking delicious every fucking time. All right. And one of the thing is Raider games, everybody is, if you don't interact with nobody, if you're an opposite team member, if you fucking come in as an opponent, you wear your shit, take the fucking verbal abuse, ain't no one gonna fuck with you. But as soon as you feel like you're a fucking badass, there's a Raider fans don't give a fuck. They'll just start a fight with you. And I'm one of those guys. I've started many of those fights. You know, I might have been under the influence, but at the same fucking time, you know what I'm saying? I have no problem going toe to toe.
Who started a fight with Raider Nation, dude? Like
you be very
surprised. You got Darth Vader and the Legion of Doom coming up to like to fucking say, "What's up, dude?" But fucking spikes as big as your head, and they're like, "You got something to say?"
Exactly. But like I said, not everyone's smart. You know what I'm saying? And when you're under the influence, it is what it is. And one time I seen this Denver fan talking all this shit. He was in line to the porta potty getting ready to piss. And this guy was just yapping and yapping and yapping and yapping. And he just yapped so much. So it's time he got in the pisser, I seen this dude running from an alley or like one of the parking lot places, fucking drop kick the porta potty door down. I'm like, oh.
I felt that one coming. I thought you were going to say knocked it over and rolled them down or something.
Oh, no, they knocked the door down with him in it. Yeah. Drunk as fuck, shit all over you. That's what you fucking get. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you take the abuse, enjoy your day. It's all in fun. But as soon as you want to cross the line, you know where the fuck you at. That's all I'm fucking saying. That's
that could be said, dude. That could be said with just about anything. But come on, know your surroundings. 100%. Come on.
You know what I'm saying? I got a Raider tattoo from ear to ear on the back of my fucking head. And that's how fucking down. Yeah, right. Straight across back of my ear to ear. It says Raiders right on the back of my fucking head.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, bro. Like I said, I'm that fucking down. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna question that loyalty. What do you think? You gonna get Aaron Rodgers?
Everybody's pitching for him. Everybody fucking needs him. But the thing is, this fucking car is being under fucking rated right now. This motherfucker has numbers. You know what I'm saying? I like Carr too. That's the whole reason Gruden came back. Carr was the fucking candidate. If you watched all the fucking footage and videos and fucking things that fucking Gruden was doing before he came back to Raiders, he was pitching for that kid. Whoever got that kid was going to get Gruden. We got him and Gruden came back. I'm very upset what Gruden did with the Buccaneers, but I understand because Al Davis is a fucking dick. Rest his fucking soul. But fucking it's an Al Davis fucking showdown. But once fucking Al Davis is, passed away, moved on to the higher levels, Gruden had the opportunity to come back. Al Davis' son was like, make it happen. Guess the fuck what? Gruden's been making moves, and the kind of moves that you fucking need to do to create a fucking dynasty.
I like, you guys got a couple good young receivers, man. I like Ruggs. He's good. There was another guy too. I think I forget his name, but I play him in DraftKings from time to time, so I know some of the guys that I just I be gambling on or whatever. But and I'm a Gruden guy, dude. I mean, obviously, I'm in Tampa, dude. I got here right when the year after the Super Bowl is when we moved here, when they won in 2002. Yeah. So yeah, dude, I got to live through that Gruden era. I like the guy.
And here's another thing. I'm gonna I state this all the time. My friends know it. But there's one fucking player that I fucking hate the most. The fucking most. Fuck him in his fucking face. Fuck you. Fucking Tom Brady. That's all I gotta say. No. The fucking Tuck rule. That fucking interview between him and fucking Woodson. Woodson asked him, his fucking eye popped up and he was like, he knew that wasn't the fucking call. He knew he fumbled it. The fucking Tuck rule, fuck Tom Brady. They invented that fucking rule for him. Some obscure fucking rule all of a fucking sudden is got to fucking pop up. That's all I got to fucking say.
Dude, Rich Gannon threw for about 9,000 yards that year.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
And then he pulled that shit. No, I forgot, dude. I forgot.
Everybody I don't forget.
I
Will never forget. The nation will never forget.
Listen, I have the same hatred and fire for one Drew Brees. Okay. And I've been on my soapbox many times talking about the fantasy football playoffs in 2011 when Drew Brees was winning a game and time was running out and threw a stupid fucking side pass to Darren Sproles that he didn't need to break a stupid record. And I lost in the fantasy football finals. And I want to punch him in its stupid fucking mark on his face every time I see him. I'm glad he retired. Fuck Drew Brees for life.
And the Angry Dad agrees with that situation. Fuck Drew Brees in his fucking face. Co-signed on the dotted line. Fuck Drew Brees.
And that sports talk was for you, DJ.
That's what I'm fucking talking about. Well, here, I'm going to give you a little breakdown of what happened with the A's right now, what's making me very upset about Oakland. And we're going to go a little bit more deeper into this. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you follow baseball.
I'm not a baseball guy, but I did see that they were trying to leave town.
They're not trying to leave town. Oakland is forcing them to leave town. Yeah. Oh, the fucking A. All right. First of all, the Raiders like, look, we have two stadiums next to each other. The Raiders and the A share the stadium. The Warriors had their own arena. All right. They're back right next to each other. The Raiders were like, sell us the property that we're on. We'll build 3 fucking stadiums right next to each other. And then we're going to build an Oakland. They're going to build like Coliseum City. Wow. They're going to build towns and houses and apartments and fucking all these fucking businesses to create this utopia of fucking entertainment. And Oakland's like, no, we're not selling you this property. No, we're not trying to work with you. So many people reached into Oakland and was like, all these famous people were like, look, let's keep the Raiders here. Let's make this happen. And Oakland was like, nope, fuck you. So and that's why I don't hate on the fucking Raiders leaving, because Oakland wasn't trying. And once again, this is what happened. The fucking Warriors are like, build us a new stadium and we'll stay in Oakland. And guess what they didn't do? And like I said, I'm not a Warriors fan, but it's still fucked up that they left Oakland. At the same time, now they're across the bay in San Francisco, because guess what San Francisco did? Built them a new fucking stadium. And now they got a fucking high-tech fucking stadium. And then the only one team left, and it's the A's. And the A's are like, look, we'll pay for it. Just let us do it. And guess what the fucking Oakland's saying? No. Fucking no. Are you fucking serious? They will cough up the money for the stadium. And the fucking Oakland's like, no. And so the fucking Major League Baseball fucking association is like, we give you permission to start looking for other fucking venues, because they've been trying to do this for 4 years. Oakland has A's have been trying to 4 years trying to get a new stadium built. And fucking the Coliseum is a great place, but it's fucking out of date. It's not worth it anymore. It needs to be rebuilt and revamped. All right. And guess what? Oakland said no. And so guess what? And I don't want them to leave. I love going to A's games. I love fucking Dollar Wednesday, where I can go in and have fucking as many beers as I want to drink for $1, a fucking 10-foot long fucking hot dog to eat the whole fucking thing and fucking enjoy myself. But now Oakland's like, yep, we're going to let this fucking happen and fucking leave.
I don't see why. Why would you want a professional franchise to leave?
Yeah, and that draw revenue in, like not just revenue. Like when the Raiders played, international travel is done. We're right at, like I said, we got Oakland Airport and we have San Francisco International Airport. People come from Hawaii, come from Japan, come from Mexico, come from Canada, come from England to see a Raider game. It is a draw. And Vegas souped them up, and guess the fuck what? They're like, yep, they are a draw.
Perfect fit. Yeah, that's a perfect fit. And then that stadium that they built there is a palace. I mean, like they're going to do very well.
Beautiful.
They're going to do very well there. Now, here's the thing, though. The team's going to have to start doing well, because I mean, like all the pieces are in place.
Yeah.
You know, they're just
facilities up, everything's updated. And you know, like I said, the last 2 years we were there, Gruden was there. And he was picking apart this team. We make trades. People are like, why is he giving up this person? Why is he giving up this person like me? It's fucking chess here. We're not playing fucking checkers.
Hey, I appreciate Khalil Mack, dude. I appreciate it.
Hey, let me tell you right now. But hey, what's he doing now, though?
He's waiting for this season for Justin Fields to come out there and start producing an offense so that he can have some down.
But unfortunately, till then, you know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. You know what I'm saying?
And when that happened, everyone was like, "Look at all them draft picks you gave up." And I'm like, "But we fuck up the draft, so who cares? Give them all the way. I'd rather take the player because they don't know how to draft.
That's it.
Never have, never will."
Let me tell you right now.
Until this year. It was the draft day, and I was talking to my wife, the lovely Duchess. Middle of the day, she asked me if I want to go out for dinner, and I was like, "It's draft tonight. What are you trying to get me out of the house for? I'm watching the draft." And she was like, "Oh yeah, what are the Bears supposed to do?" And I was like, "Well, I mean, like if they had their wits about them, they'd trade up and draft Justin Fields." Yep. And then 6 hours later, they traded up and drafted Justin Fields, and I was like, "Holy shit, they did what they were supposed to do."
Sometimes it happens.
I'm so happy. I'm a happy boy right now. She was looking for me for a Fields jersey just a little bit ago.
Damn. You know what I mean? This is how bad of a fan I am. I cannot watch football. I have to only look at updates because if football's on my TV, oh no, I'm up, I'm down, I'm pacing, I'm screaming. My kids will leave and get out of the fucking way. Like the first time I watched a football game around my wife, because she was like, "Why don't you ever watch the game?" I was like, "Because I'm nerve wracked." All right.
Yeah, at least you know that. At least
yeah, no, 100%. You know, when my son Adrian was born, his mom, she's a Raider fan too. So I'm holding them. She gave them to me while I'm watching the Raider game. I'm holding them. I'm like, just rocking them. We scored a touchdown. I'm like, one hand in the air with a baby in my fucking hand. And she's looking at me, "Do not spike our baby." And I'm like, it was close.
Rock spike him.
You know what I'm saying? He's about to be lopsided in the head right now. Take him away from me.
No, I hear you because I do a lot of gambling during football season, and that really affects my Sundays, especially. I mean, when things are good, things are real good, but when things are bad, man, come 4:00, if I'm not doing so hot, man, I mean, like the kids even know, like we're gonna go in our rooms and do some Xbox because like I don't want to be in the living room right now.
That's it.
I tell you what, dude, and football gets me. A couple years ago was NBA. I was gambling on the NBA every day. And I was doing well for a long time. And then like the All-Star break happened. And I don't know, like it was right around when football ended. So I don't know if we got just an influx of new people into basketball. But man, I started eating shit every day. And it was to the point where like I wasn't eating dinner with the family because I was like getting my lineups right. And I like, because the lock at 7:00, what do you want me to do? I'm checking the injuries. And then God forbid, after 7:00, stupid fucking LeBron James wants to take a rest day or something. And then I take my fucking lineup and lose my money for the night. I had to stop cold turkey. I'm like, I just can't do it anymore. I've deleted the app off my phone for DraftKings so many times. It's not even funny, man.
Let me tell you right now, bro. That's why like when even I have to turn off my ESPN app. I have to turn off because I follow the Raiders. I'll be looking at my watch all day long while I'm at work, like cling, cling, cling. You know what I'm saying? Like, or even if the game's playing, I just like you said. But you know what though? I've never been a fantasy football person, but my buddies at It Be Like That podcast, they do a pick'ems league, and I'm the only reason I don't like fantasy football because I'll never root against my own team. I don't give a fuck if I need some points. Fuck them. It's the Raiders all the way. But the thing is with theirs is the pick'em league is you just pick the winners and then you pick by the points.
Sure.
And so fucking I was like, that was fun. I had a good time. I came in like 4th, but the thing is I didn't know how to work the fucking app for the thing, and so I fucked up on a few. But once I figured it out, I started going up in the ranks. I'm like, yeah. So with this season coming up, man, I'm gonna shoot you that link so you can join in with us. So you can do this fucking pick'em league, bro. Because I was like, that's way more fun than fucking picking my team, fucking picking my fucking players, and then fucking sitting. I was like, if I could just pick my team, because you literally get a list of all the games for the week. And then you fucking just pick your, who's going to win and then what by. And then there's a couple of like, just in case it's, ties and shit, you can fucking, break it up right there. And it's so much fucking better just by pick. Because, what I'm saying? Just like, you know the game. So you know how motherfuckers are going to be. And so you're watching the news, you're fucking I'm like, all right, okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I love that, dude. I'll get in on that with you for sure.
Hell yeah. Shit, DJ, this is all for you. You're welcome.
Hell yeah. See, he tried to. This is how the game is played, because he tried to say, hey, I'm going to get you with some TikTok, and I was like, reversal player. Here's some sports talk.
Well, you know what I'm saying? I'm still down with TikTok, but hey, when we're talking Raiders, the passion will come out.
Hell yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think? When you asked me to come on, I started thinking about stuff, man. What do you think about? I know you. What do you think about all this new alien disclosure shit that's been going on, man?
Now check this out. I went through a lot of the alien disclosure stuff, and one of my buddies, Robbie from Out of the Blank, he actually sent me to a couple of links. And these motherfuckers are sneaky as fuck, because a lot of the links that they send you, they're setting them up like there's some fucking foo-foo fucking UFO site, so it makes you fucking feel like you're not really looking at something. But then once you fucking dig past that part, you just basically looking at redacted letters. They're just redacted reports. It's black, this, black, this. So you're not really seeing shit. But the thing is they can only show so much, but it's the video evidence that's going to fucking prove it, because there's so much shit coming out right now that they can't. And like I said, this is the craziest part. This is like, it blows my fucking mind, because everything that's coming out as an article or anything that's coming out as a new video, I have seen this shit years ago.
Oh, for sure. That's
years ago. I'm like, nah, man, this ain't fucking new. I want the juicy shit. Give me that high def fucking, Hubble telescope fucking digital fucking, 1080p fucking camera one. I want that shit. I don't want this fucking bullshit you give me that's fuzzy.
Well, that's what gets me with this, man. That's what kind of gets under my skin with this, because everybody keeps coming to me, because 3, 4, 5 years ago, I was, Anunnaki Jones, like I'm Mr. Alien, and my views have kind of shifted a little bit. Like, I don't know if there's people in ships. I think it's more interdimensional at this point, but I mean,
we're on the same wavelength there.
We can go there if you want, but my whole thing is, when it's coming from mainstream media, when it's coming from the government, what's the angle? Why now? Okay, that's question one. Why now? And why are you only telling me stuff that I've saw 2, 3, 4 years ago? You could be telling the whole story. Tell the whole story. Tell about you got agreements with the goddamn alien governments, don't you? Tell me about it. What's the agreement? And you're going to show me a little stupid tic tac and get the guy to go on Joe Rogan and talk about the little stupid tic tac? Come on, man, that's bullshit. What are you showing me? And why? What's the angle now? Why are you telling me people aren't afraid of COVID anymore? People aren't afraid of COVID. So now you want to get them afraid of a potential alien invasion? Is that what we're doing? Or what are you doing over here while something's happening over there? That's where my mind's going.
Let me tell you right now, brother. They're giving you the old fucking shifty fucking look at this hand. Nothing's happening in this hand. Because let me tell you right now, the average person hasn't seen any of this shit, but us fucking loons out here, all right, we're fucking deep in the fucking mud, and like they don't fucking know. Everyone's just barely like, oh, like, motherfucker, that shit's old. I want the new shit. And they're like, what's the new shit? I'm like, now check this the fuck out. And like, I come across little videos here and there, little clips. But the thing is like, they're fucking preparing us. All these new movies coming out of fucking like heroic fucking aliens, and they're our fucking friends, or they're fucking getting ready to destroy us. They're fucking, they're taking the steps forward and baby steps to fucking actually get the fucking regulars, the normies, the fucking average Joe fucking schmo motherfuckers to start accepting that as reality, because it could be happening. And you can remember, just like you said, we've been fucking lined up for them for how fucking long? Let me tell you right now, my fucking iPhone does shit that my fucking giant ass fucking computer couldn't do fucking 5 years ago.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And this is the only reason, you know what I'm saying? Like, even microwaves are fucking alien fucking technology. My fucking food gets heated up with alien fucking technology, because we didn't have that shit not that fucking long ago. You know what I'm saying? You had to cook shit in the fucking oven with fire. Fire.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Fiber optics, all that shit. Come on, man. Light digitally traveling through a fucking wire to give you information. Come on. That shit wasn't invented by us.
See, and what they're doing too is by getting two guys like us to talk about stuff like that, and to, maybe think outside the box. You got the people that have been, the normies, as you call them. They're looking at us, conspiracy theory is a bad word now. Like it's associated with violence. It's associated with raiding the Capitol. And they're like, no, that's a subset of us. Okay. Like, you're lumping us all together. Don't box me in with, weirdo QAnon people that might be believing some shit, even though, I mean, it's like there's some truth to some of that too.
Yeah, exactly.
Get at it.
It is what it is.
The meat of the message is just maybe think objectively, and don't think about, don't take everything for gospel just because it's on CNN or Fox News or, mainstream media. Who's paying them? Who's telling them to tell you this stuff? Come on, dude.
Exactly.
Well, I got regular people now, just coworkers or, friends that, we'll call them civilians because they're not, in the community or whatever, hitting me up. Hey, what do you think about, like the CIA released these documents? And then I got to be the dickhead and be like, yeah, well, there's more to that. They're releasing the tip of the iceberg. And Oh, because of course right? X-Files music. Yeah, dude, I know. I'd like to think I know a little bit of something, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
we've been scratching at the surface for years. For years. Like I said, I was watching documentaries when I had to watch them on the fucking PBS fucking channel, the fucking public access channel before the fucking were even fucking allowed to be on regular TV. You know what I'm saying?
you ordered those Time Life books too, didn't you? With the aliens and the Bermuda Triangles and shit.
Hey, let me tell you now, you got to start somewhere. That's all I'm fucking saying,
dude. Hell
but
yeah. There's no shame, dude.
That's it. No, let's step into a little more interdimensional here. We're gonna we're gonna swim deep here.
Okay.
All right, now check this out. I've been going through a lot of books, a lot of videos and stuff like that, and I've come across a few videos of Bigfoots coming in and out, and there's always been documented cases of Bigfoots and aliens.
That's your flavor. I love it.
That's my flavor. It is my flavor. I love it. I watch. There's not a Bigfoot documentary out there that I haven't fucking seen. Right?
Bigfoot is such a West Coast flavor too, and I think it's because you're so close to Pacific Northwest. It's like it's in y'all, man. Like Bigfoot is out there. You know what? But I take that back. My next door neighbor, well, no, she lives across the street, but close enough. Whatever. Yeah. She's got a sign posted in her yard that says Bigfoot crossing. The back of her car is all Bigfoot bumper stickers because down here it's Skunk Ape.
Yeah,
they say Skunk Ape lives in the Everglades and in the swamps. Yeah, so I mean, same. He might be a cousin or something, but I guess we got our flavor too. Bigfoot's such a West Coast thing, man.
But see, let me tell you right now, when you go into the Pacific Northwest, when you start hitting those real fucking woods, bro.
Yes,
she gets creepy. She gets gnarly because let me tell you shit right now. When you can look into a forest and can't see 5 feet in.
Oof.
That's fucking gnarly.
Right in front of you, dude.
Yeah, and you couldn't even see it. And you couldn't even see it. And even too.
You're talking about 3D reality, okay? Now, don't make me be the dickhead that says that they'll put the energy vortex in the Pacific Northwest, and that's where we time travel to the nearby dimension. I got to be that guy. I mean, like, it could be very much flesh and blood, whatever, but I'm like, no, I'm on some woo-woo.
Well, see, now, check this out. This is why I'm talking about interdimensional. All right, Bigfoot is always, there's so many different references to Bigfoot, but the Bigfoot, the Anunnaki talk about Bigfoots. They mention these hairy wild beasts that were left as watchers, and they were left on Earth to basically guide us and watch us.
Yeah.
But the thing is once they left, some of them got left behind, and when they got left behind, they knew how crazy humanity was, so they fucking branched off into their own fucking shit. And the reason why they're in the Pacific Northwest is because you got to think about it. When they're traveling and the world's coming together, and the fucking the fucking ice bridge that connected fucking Russia to fucking America.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's their opportunity. And there's been so many talks of how the natives crossed that strait with these Bigfoot into our fucking territory. And guess what? That's how we have all these Native Americans in the United States. All these people that are indigenous from those fucking parts came down. Well, Bigfoot came down and guess what? The Pacific Northwest is one of those places that does have a vortex, does have this energy. They have pinpoints where they have activity that's unexplainable. And the thing is Bigfoot, if they're an angel, or if they're a spirit, or if they're these actual beings that Anunnakis created, just like they created us, have these abilities to slip in and out of dimensions, and not just in and out of dimensions, but we're going on the string theory parts where there's all these dimensions lined up where they can shift their bodies into any one of the things because they have the molecular structures in their brains that release these chemicals that we don't have, that opens up these third eyes, that let them bleed into the realities they want. And so a lot of times with these videos I'm coming across, there's so many videos where all of a sudden there's something and then there's nothing. I know how trail cams work. I know how cameras fucking work. Look, it's a continuous showing. It stutters. It constantly captures. There's no way that something. How many times have you known a camera to fuck up? Maybe once or twice.
Somebody Tiger Growl this man, please.
I'm just saying. So, like I said, they're known to show up with light. There's always an aspect of an orb or of a fucking UFO. But the thing is, if that UFO wasn't a UFO, what if it was a vortex of energy opening up that they're conducting through the enzymes in their brain that open up these portals. And when they open up these portals, it lets them phase into our dimension to do whatever they're there to do, whether it's to get food, water, shelter, or actually interact with something that needs to be interacted with, or to escape a situation in the next dimension that they need to travel into ours to escape.
Sure.
So, you know
what I've learned about recently? Are you familiar with Mount Shasta?
Yeah, bro, I'm fucking right up the way.
Dog, I heard, and I mean, which I heard is like 60 miles south of Oregon's border. Okay. Yeah. And I heard Mount Shasta is a real spooky place. Like everyone talks about Skinwalker Ranch and all that, but they say Mount Shasta, there's something to be said there. There's lots of sightings, and allegedly it's a place where the veil gets a little bit thinner, and the pushing through from this dimension to the next might be a little bit easier up on Mount Shasta. And I was like, guess where I'm going? I'm planning me a trip.
Hey, Shasta, if you're gonna plan a trip, man, rent a houseboat, go on the lake, fucking enjoy yourself, because then you can motor yourself around, because Shasta is a fucking beautiful fucking place to visit, and they have so many shit things there. And also too, one of the things about Shasta is once you get there, it has this energy of feeling of you're alone, but you're with everybody. Everyone's within distance. The freeway runs right through it. It is beautiful. It has all these spots, and it just feels so fucking good. And so I definitely believe, because like even Shasta has a city under the lake. You know what I'm saying? They flooded it to fucking build the lake.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, there's a dam there. You know what I'm saying? That so like, that energy of all that fucking town right there, I would definitely see, like, because once you have all those emotions and those people that are in there, it's the same thing like Tahoe up here. We got Lake Tahoe. There's a city under the fucking lake. And a lot of these places build dams to build these lakes, and when they build, for energy and all that fucking shit. So with these towns that are under them, you got to imagine how much energy is stored into the ground itself just from people's vibrations. And then fucking all of a sudden, you got a lake and you got people motoring above it. Why would that not be a fucking center of fucking paranormal or any of that shit? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like, because if it wasn't to begin with, I mean, like, you could definitely create those type of environments, by something like that happening. I mean, like, fuck, dude, like, I don't know if I'd really want to go to New York. I mean, like, after 9/11, like, because like I'm with the mindset that was all orchestrated. Obviously, 9/11 was an inside job, but like, why was it an inside job? Yeah. Okay, like you can say in the 3D realm, I mean, it was all about money because Tower 7 and blue, and the fucking the documents got destroyed, whatever. On a spiritual level, which I believe everything's a spiritual warfare right now, like the dark artists or whatever, that was like basically a televised fucking like ritual, and we got to see 1,500 to 3,000 people die. That's a little traumatic. That's vibration gets real fucking low, doesn't it?
Real fucking thick. You know what I'm saying? And like you could feel the sensitivity through the air if you were to be in that vicinity. You know what I'm saying? Because
no disrespect, dude. Like no disrespect to the victims of 9/11 or any of that stuff.
None at all, man. My heart goes out to them.
But you got to think about like what is the end game, And I'm on that spiritual path now, dude. And I'm really starting to realize, like they put the shit right in front of you. They put it.
They do. And the best place to hide shit is right in front of you. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things that these governments do. You know what I'm saying? They make you feel that fucking, like, oh, they're fucking too stupid to fucking see it. You know what I'm saying?
No, exactly. And that's, I mean, like looping it all the way back to like the disclosure and stuff. Like they're only telling us what they want us to know for a reason. Do you think just now like nothing happens by accident either, and there's no coincidences? Okay. So like just arbitrarily like, hey, everyone's been talking about UFOs for years. I mean, Roswell was in the 40s. Fuck, I mean, like it's been a thing. I mean, it's got popularized because Joe Rogan's been talking about some shit, and I mean, like he commands an audience, so I mean, obviously it's more mainstream now. But why now? Well, because they need something new. They need a new distraction. They need something new to pump fear into the populace, because guess what? Fear lowers the vibration. And a scared populace is a fucking easy controlled populace.
Easily controlled. Now that we're saying on that, now let me tell you something right now. On Hulu, like I said, I'm a Bigfoot fanatic. So as soon as I saw that new Sasquatch on Hulu, and I'm gonna ruin it. So if you don't want me to talk about it, I definitely will shut my mouth about it.
No, ruin it, because I am gonna watch it, but I mean it won't detract from
Okay, then all right. Every so often they got to put out misinformation. Every so often they got to put something out there that turns the narrative away from what it's supposed to be.
Okay.
All right. And with a name like Sasquatch right off top, I'm like, oh, I'm definitely watching. This is brand fucking new.
Wait. Yes, I know, dude. I know exactly where you're going with this.
I can stop right now.
No. I wanted to watch this for our show. Like, I guess, when we were still, planning to do shows or whatever, because I'm like, it was like, I was pissed off about it because I'm like, they're wrapping this up in a Sasquatch bow and it's a fucking true crime. It's a fucking true crime.
Fucking crime.
No.
I was invested. I was like really thinking that this motherfucker is onto some shit because there's, right off top, but Humboldt County is the breeding ground of weed, period. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Humboldt County is the galactic center of marijuana, period. Right. The best shit grown is in Humboldt. All right. When I was a kid, we talk about making trips out there and getting a whole bunch of weed and then coming back home for hella cheap. We used to talk about this shit all the time. That's just what it was. Humboldt County is prime ground. And this breaks down and they're talking about Sasquatch, they're this and this. And they're all of a sudden this dude's all, I'm fucking working. And this is a hippie dude. And this guy's been all over the place. He's been on talk shows. I'll talk about all that. He's been fucking raped, and no disrespect to him. But none of that had nothing to do with the fucking Sasquatch movie. Nothing had to do with Sasquatch. It was basically he heard a story and they thought they had a show. And then it turned into a true crime. And then I wasted my fucking time watching it, all because it used the name Sasquatch.
Right. Because I mean, like, let's spoil it for everybody. Isn't the gist of it like these 4 guys were convicted of murder and they tried to blame it on Sasquatch? And like, it's basically the whole trial and everything about what happened and like how they couldn't prove that it was like Sasquatch that killed this person or whatever.
No, well, it was almost like that. They killed 3 guys.
Okay.
And then they showed a crackhead the fucking bodies, told them Sasquatch killed them. This dude takes off scared as fuck, thinking that Sasquatch killed somebody. And then it was just 3 undocumented people that got murdered because they were trying to pump fear into the community so no one would rob them. Because back in the day, ATF, FBI were trying to fucking bust Humboldt County for weed. And so to keep people away, they fucking started this rumor. And they fucking murdered undocumented workers. Fuck them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? My fucking brother and Mexicans out there. And they basically just started a rumor about that. And then the guy that ended up actually killing the people, his name was fucking Bigfoot. His nickname was Bigfoot. And so fucking,
so he wasn't really lying.
No, he wasn't really lying.
He could pass a lie detector test, man.
That's it.
Really did.
But that, it's just like, I was like so fucking upset and so pissed off. And I'm like, this is not even what I wanted. It started off fucking good. I was like, oh, I'm fucking in. I am fucking in.
I know what you mean, dude, because I saw it and I like seeing the Bigfoot. Like I watch this stuff, but it's not like my main jam. It's not my flavor, but I'll take it all in because that's one thing I've learned too, is it's all connected in some form or fashion. Everything, all of this shit. You could talk about flat earth, you could talk about aliens, you could talk about fucking whatever you want, and it all weaves together in some form. All weaves in. So I'll take it all in. I'll take it all in, and then one day I'll just be listening to a show, driving down the street in my own world, and I'll go, huh, and I'll connect a dot that I never thought about before, and I'm like, shit, now I gotta look at Bigfoot.
Yep, and tear it out. That's how it fucking goes. That's how
that's the beauty of all this, man. That's why I prefer the term truth seeker over conspiracy theorist, because at the end of the day, that's what you're trying to do. You're just trying to get to the bottom of some shit, dude. It's not about
trying to figure out some shit.
JFK or who orchestrated 9/11. You're just trying to figure it out,
That's 100% it. That's exactly what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I watch all these things because you get little dips and pieces, and you got to kind of just add it up yourself and get your own fucking end number. Absolutely. But the thing is the prime numbers that I've added up fucking equal to what I think. You know what I'm saying? I never try to push my theories. I never speak on this shit to nobody unless they talk to me about it.
Dude, you know what I'm saying? I backpedaled. I've taken a huge step back because I realize sometimes I'll be in the moment and I'll like see myself from the outside and I can feel people's looks. Yep. And I'm like, oh, they think I'm crazy. I need to stop. I need to, especially because like, dude, the last year or so, like 39 was a tough year for me. Now I've been on this journey for a few years now, and like some could make the argument that it all started in New Jersey with a cookie. I mean, like, who knows if that's the case or not, but whatever the case.
You got to open up that third eye, bro.
Sometimes something's got to get shook loose, and you can't start a fire without a spark, right?
That's it.
But the last year, man, like what 39, I just turned 40 in December, and 39 was a tough year for me because I could not tell you why. No, the age doesn't really hit me hard like that, never has, but irrationally so, I thought that when I turned 40, that was it. I thought I was going to die before 40. And I spent the entire year kind of petrified, man. And in the midst of this like spiritual awakening and like looking into like, what does it all mean? And like, why are we here, and souls and like all that shit. And I wasn't looking at anything. I wasn't listening to shows about it. I wasn't watching anything about it, but I was developing these theories. And then I would see something that would confirm like something that I said to myself. And dude, it would hit me so hard, man. Like there was a show on Netflix called Surviving Death, and it was all about near-death experiences. And this was later in the year that I caught this. And I had been thinking about all this stuff about like how we choose to be here, and like that we chose this life and this experience and all this and that. And this woman that died for 15 minutes like is telling her story about like what she experienced while she was dead, confirming all the things that like I was thinking. And I'm sitting on the couch in tears, man. Like Dutch looked over at me and she's like, "Why is this hitting you so hard?" And I'm like, "Because it's like it's confirming that I'm not nuts." I'm like, I feel like validated right now. And I went to bed. I'm on the eve of my birthday. I'm 39, turning 40. It's almost like just in tears, dude, like preparing to not wake up the next day. And I could not tell you why, dude. I could not tell you why.
Me tell you right now.
It was so fucked up.
It is crazy like that, bro. It's like, what I'm saying? It's just so crazy because like I said, it's just like you said, I'm about to turn 39 this year. And my kids are like, my oldest is 20. He's about to be 21. And I'm just like, well, what? You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
I couldn't imagine.
Oh my God. The first time I seen him drive up to my fucking house in his car, I was like,
my oldest is 11. And she said to me last week, well, Logan will be driving in 5 years. And I was like, where the fuck did that come from?
You know what I'm saying? My younger son, he's about to be 16. He's already, I need to get my license. I'm like, I'm down to help get your license, but it's just like, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Me too. It's fucking crazy out there.
Well, and when I was a young man, I mean, like I did my share of, reckless shit, like we all do. And when and I played hockey when I was younger, I used to throw my body around and just do stupid shit. And people would always ask me what the deal was. And my answer then, and I couldn't tell you why, I would always just say, well, I'm going to be dead by 40 anyway. And then when 39 came, I was like, shit, dude, time to pay the piper. Like, is this like, because I'm believing more of that too. Law of attraction. We create our reality. You speak things into existence. So I'm like, have I been doing this for the last 20 years? Have I been like really writing my own check? And now it's time to fucking pay the bill? Like, come on, man.
It's crazy. Like, me growing up, my statistic was you're either in jail or dead by 20. That's just what the area that I was at, because I was deep into the shit, bro, deep into the gangs, deep, like my name was placed on that, I grew up, my family was in it, I grew up in it, and the majority of my uncles and my family, they spent a lot of time in jail, and that's what I was supposed to be doing. I was totally fine with it, so I fucking threw 100% at that gang life so fucking hard, and I was ready. I was already prepared. Me and my friends would literally tell ourselves that, like, well, we're going to be in jail. Well, we're gonna, we do many shit. I'm talking about beer, like the kind of beer runs, kind of robberies, carjackings, fucking do crazy escapades, bro. Like the kind of shit that fucking like would just blow someone's fucking mind, like that we really did. You know what I'm saying? I fucking, I almost it's just the amount of crazy, like it blows my fucking mind that I'm still alive, that I'm still okay. You know what I'm saying? And when my first son was born. And like just like you didn't grow up with a father. I told myself when I was a kid, crying and fucking going through emotions. Like I never see my dad. I see everyone else with their dads, and I tell myself, I'm never gonna be like that. I'm never gonna be like that. And then as soon as I found out my first son was born, I was like, I am going to be always there. Period. Point fucking blank. And then when I found that out, I actually fucking got a real job. I literally had to tell people, like, look, I'm still down. I'm still from the streets, but I'm about my life. Yeah, 100% changed me. I had to, you know what I'm saying? Because I no one going to take care of nothing for me. I'm going to take care of myself. And people respect it because I wasn't half in, half out. I was all the way out. I was like, I'm not sitting here hanging and kicking it on the block on the fucking Friday and Saturday. Like, no, I'm at fucking my job working every fucking day, coming home, spending time. And like, I just completely transplanted myself from one situation to the next situation, and people respected it. And the reason they respected it is because I had respect on my name, and they're like, good, this is what he's going to do. This is what he do. Because I've known many people like, oh, I'm going to get my shit straight. And unfortunately, they don't get their shit straight, and they're just still about that life. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they continue doing, in and out of jail or dead. And, that's what I was predicted to do it at 20. You know what I'm saying? Because and what's even more funny is me and all my friends, we all ended up being semi-successful. You know what I'm saying? We all have jobs. We all have families. We all take care of each other. And we were the wrecking crew. I'm talking about, we were like the front line, fucking no holds bars, brass knuckles, knives, bats, fucking like in your fucking face. Like we, gang, not just gang fights, but gang wars, and taking on more people than we should have. And yet we're all fucking okay. You know what I'm saying? We fucking partied extremely hard until we all basically became 18. And then everyone just fucking kind of straightened their shit out. And that wasn't what we were supposed to end up. But this is how, just like you said, we cashed that check in, and we're like, nope, this is what we're about. We're every single day appreciative of what we've done and how far we've come. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, and that's everything too, and that's everything because in my belief is when this time is over and we go back to the in quotes home or the source or the soul world or whatever you want to call it, whatever the afterlife is, and they take inventory of our lives, like that's the shit that's gonna be like weighing heavily. It's not the shit that you did wrong, but like acknowledging that you did shit wrong and how you fixed it. But even before I started on this, man, I was big about like unfinished business and setting shit right. And like when we went back to Chicago, man, like I left a lot of baggage when I moved from Chicago to Florida. Like I ran away from a lot of shit. And then moving back there a few years ago as an adult now, I'm like, I want to tie these loose ends up. I look people up that like I fucking owed $200 from 10 years prior. And they're like, oh, don't even trip. And I'm like, no, send me your address. I'm going to write you a check. Fucking shit that I left bad with, like, a guy that I might've had a little hostility with because he might've stole a fucking girlfriend back in the day. I'm like, no, everything's cool. I need to come here. You need to give me a hug. Like we need to fucking, you might not need this, but I need this to put that chapter to rest, man. Little things like that, little breadcrumbs. And I've been so, it's a weird, like, I don't want to say fulfilled, but like, I just been like, it's changed, man. It changes you, and everybody goes through that themselves, man. And you can tell somebody that you might see needs to do that, and it doesn't fucking matter. Like they have to have that for themselves. And then once they do, man, it changes everything. It changes everything.
It 100%
I used to be Petty Murphy, dude. I used to be Tom Petty. Okay. I would hold on to everything. And I'm like, it doesn't matter, man. Fuck it, dude. They did that to me. Whatever. I don't care. That's their shit, man. I'm on my path.
That's it. Me too right now. That's exactly it. And like, that's even one of the things that morphed into my podcast is doing that. Like, I never had anyone to push me, motivate me, or tell me, but I've always had people give me advice. I've always had people telling me like these little nuggets of truth, right? All of a sudden, and it hit me, give me a little epiphany every fucking time, because like it'd be random. It'd be like some guy I just met or some guy I just talked to, or like the OGs at my job that I worked at. They'd be like, hey, whoop diddy whoop, and then kind of just drop something on me and then walk away. And I'm like, fuck, that was fucking crazy. And then really mull it over. And I'm like, fuck. And so now this podcast is almost my tribute to that, to where I need to pass on this information that I have so people cannot be in the situation that I was in. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's important, man. That's important. Yeah. And you know what? For what it's worth, that might be your purpose. You might be here to instruct other people. And then like when that's up, man, I mean, like you've done what you're here to do, Mm-hmm. Like that's for everything that I went through for the last year, you're seeing like I told you before we started too, I recently just lost a real close friend of mine, and it hit me real hard. And the last year almost prepared me for that loss in a little bit, because I like now I'm more wondering like, damn, I wonder what he accomplished. I wonder what he did. I wonder what he was supposed to be, what he was supposed to have, like what he was doing here, and it's crazy, dude. I mean, that you might be here to motivate. You might be here because I mean, you motivate me. I know you motivate DJ, dude. You got DJ eating right and shit. You got me trying to eat right, but then I'm like, fuck that. I like cheeseburgers and whatnot. But, like, but you yell at me and you make me realize, shit, maybe I need to make some changes. Like I may at least even if I'm not doing them, I'm thinking about it. And that's the step, dude. There's power in thought. There's ideas are energy. I mean, like, let's start at the beginning.
That's it. Plant them seeds. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is if I plant that seed, then I've done my job. That's all it's ever comes down to. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, because that's what it's always been for me, is people dropping these little seeds and it blossoming into a realization of like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Just like you said, it like I wasn't petty, but I was always big on get back.
Yeah.
I would never dwell on it, but I would remember it when I seen you.
Sure.
And with everything that's happened in my entire life, through all the like just brutal bullshit that I had to go through with like divorces, court, the law, dealing with people, I've learned to, like, just like you said, not just to let go, but to let it be. Where it's like, it's like, it doesn't matter. Nothing matters at all. The only thing that matters is my happiness. And if I can't be happy, then what's the point of doing anything? So that's one of my biggest things is I'm number one. And I always tell people, it's like, the reason I'm number one is because if I'm not happy, then everyone else is going to feel that vibration coming off of me and be hostile.
So you're so right, dude.
Yeah. If I'm happy and everyone else, guess what? Everyone feeds off the emotion. And especially if you're the pillar in your family, well, guess the fuck what? If you're in a good mood, everybody's in a good mood. If you're happy, everybody's happy. Guess what? If you want to do something fun and cool and you're feeling great and you're not trying to really drag stuff out, people are going to want to do all that. And, that's one of the biggest things that I've been, like I do with my kids. It's like, I push this energy and vibration off and I push them. I never push them hard, but I push them just enough so they always understand, like, this is fun. This is what my dad did. And so I perpetuate that to when they live their life. When they're out on their own, they're like, yeah, this, my younger son, I couldn't be prouder of him. He's a piece of shit. He's fucking like talking mad shit to me. He's fucking like always got something smart to fucking say. And he pushes the envelope, but you know what, it is what it is. He's a teenage fucking boy getting ready about to be 16. But the thing is I've seen situations pop up in front of him and him be like, fuck that bitch, or fuck this shit, or fucking, I don't give, not just I don't give, but the thing is he's his own person. And like, then I'll just, I don't know if you can hear me, but he's probably upstairs in his room, but he and this girl was sitting there like, oh yeah, you're going to do this, or you do this. And my son was like, no. And then he ended up breaking up with her. It's like, no one tells me what to do or what to be or how to talk or how to act. And I'm like, correct. Correct. And I'm like, but that's that individuality that is not taught. You know what I'm saying? People are like, do what you're told. Nothing. No, question me. Question what needs to be done. But the thing is, I'm always going to give you an answer. Every time you have a question for me, I'm going to have an answer. It might not be the answer you want to hear, but it's going to be the answer that's right. And a lot of times he's like, well, why do I have to? And I'm like, it's because you have to, because I said so. It's not the greatest answer, but it's what you need to get done. I told you to do this, get it fucking done, period, because it's what I want. And he's like, oh, but I don't. I'm like, it doesn't matter what you want. You live in my house, you live in my rules, but understand that this is what it takes. Hey, you want to play that game, you want to go with your friends, you want to fucking do these things, you want something. Well, guess what? It's earned by you doing what you're supposed to be doing. When you're accomplishing life, you're going to be accomplishing everything else, and I'll give you what you need.
Absolutely. And hey, at least he's learning young too, man, about the girls, man.
Right off top. You know what I'm saying?
My oldest is 11, and he was in the back of my truck, and we're driving home. I picked him up from school. It was today, actually. And I got my music playing, and I'm an old head to the point where I listen to all the same shit I listened to when I was 20. So I listened to a lot of early 2000s, like pop punk and emo music and that. And there's a song by the band Alkaline Trio, it's my favorite band. It's called Stupid Kid. And the hook of the song is, remember when I said I loved you? Well, forget it. I take it back. I was just a stupid kid back then. I take back everything I said. And he's in the back seat and he's hearing this shit. And like the second or third time the chorus comes around, he was like, man, that's something, because like I remember stuff that I did when I was a kid, and I'm thinking, stick a pin in that, player. You're
Exactly.
11. All right, you are a kid.
What I'm saying?
So I remember stuff that I did and said when I was a kid, and man, if I could take it back, and I was like, yeah, imagine if you were my age, dude. Like,
Yep.
think about the shit I've done, man. Think about the shit I've said. And he was like, wow, yeah, I don't want to. But it's crazy, man. The shit that they pick up on, you know.
Mhm. That's just how it goes, man. It's just like I said, it's a trip. You know what I'm saying? It's like, growing up, like I said, I had plenty of father figures, but I didn't learn anything. I was just too busy running the streets, and then learning on the fly, learning mistakes and learning stuff. And then it puts you in this position where you're like, okay, now I get it. I understand it.
Well,
and it's
again,
our
though,
job.
same thing like we said earlier, though. You got to be ready.
Yep,
You
yeah.
like it's not on anyone's timetable except for yours, man. Like until you're ready, and like you said, man, like I grew up without a dad, that shaped me into the dad I am now. But like my issues were with my mom, man, and talking about like hanging on to things and that, like that's something that I worked out, in a float tank, maybe, outside this body, maybe just in my mind, however you want to look at it. But like I brought that back to the real world and like am fixing shit continually with my mom. Like this happened to me last year. And when I came back with the information that I got from wherever I blasted
Akasha Records, bro.
I mean, that's what I say, just for lack of better terms, but I don't know. I mean, it could have all just been in my mind, man. It could have been a crazy dream. Who knows? I could have literally been on another planet somewhere. I don't know. But when I came back to the real world, I applied those things to my real life. And I mean, like, dude, like me and my mom, like for the first time in 30 years, we told each other we loved each other, and like we still do. And, she comes to the house and she's still a pain in the ass, but like, it doesn't affect me like it used to, because like I've let go of all that. And that's I don't know. That's if we can come away with anything from this talk, man, is you just got to let that shit go, dude. Because this life is all about love, man. Be it for your kids or your parents or your friends or fucking whoever it is, man. Like at the end of the day, if you're not preaching love, man, you're missing the point.
And you heard that there. That is the message to take away from this. We hit every topic from fucking A to Z, Timbuktu to fucking Bigfoot.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why I wanted you on, bro, because it's like this is the kind of conversation that I knew we were gonna have.
Fuck yeah,
and this is Chris Wutzke from the hashtag No Offense. I'm the angry motherfucking dad, and guess the fuck what? We'll see y'all motherfuckers on the next one. And I'm part of the SIP Network, the Slightly Irregular Podcast Network, group of powerful podcasts that they're sharing their shit. That is sipnet.us, Network SIP on Twitter, all that bullshit. I'm not gonna fucking get into it, but blackstonelabs.com, be the for-power checkout. CH Sleep Terror Clothing, and shit, I even fucked up my outro, bro. I fucking was so much in the groove with you, bro. So there,
just let it happen, man. Just let it happen.
Let it happen. I'm the angry motherfucking dad. You want to watch my shit? IGTV, YouTube. You want us to do a Spreaker, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcast, Podbean, SoundCloud, Deezer, iHeartRadio. This motherfucker's everywhere. You can easily fucking find it. Rate, review, like, subscribe, and that's what I'm fucking talking about. Two powerhouses coming together, enjoying their time, and we'll see y'all motherfuckers on the next one. Fuck.
Hell yeah.
Always living.